It's night 11 in the game with Jared recently voted out of Who Who. Mark, Anna, Karen, and Boo Boo discussed the vote count being 5 to 2 to 1. They expected a unanimous vote for Jared to go home. Boo Boo says it's very clear Allison and BJ did not vote for Jared since they have been the most shifty. Anna agrees and doubts Romero voted for BJ. She knows Allison has been wanting Jared to stay lately. She says that right now, they still remain strong with the four of them and Romero. Therefore, the next vote has to be BJ or Allison. Allison talks with Romero in the meantime, confessing that she voted for BJ. Romero says it really doesn't matter because everyone was planning to vote BJ out next anyway. He doesn't trust BJ because he's close to the people on the other tribe, such as Liana and Eric. Allison hopes that people don't vote her out due to her decision to vote for BJ and not go with the numbers. Allison later checks in with Boo Boo, letting him know she voted BJ. Boo Boo tells her nobody is upset. They are mostly shocked that BJ voted for Romero, assuming Allison is telling the truth. Allison says she promises she voted BJ. Nobody else is going to fess up to voting him, so it only leaves her. That means either BJ voted Romero or someone else did, trying to blend in with the majority. Boo Boo thinks it's likely BJ who flipped, but technically anyone could have done it. At Hoop High, Liana and Ivy chat as Liana starts to suggest they make a big move next tribal council. Ivy asks her who she is thinking of, and Liana says she feels like it's time to get out Tanner because he's in such a good position right now. If nobody makes a move, he'll remain off the radar since Adriana and Caden are getting the most heat on that side. Ivy isn't receptive to this idea and says she doesn't see herself flipping right now. Sarah then joins the two of them and asks what's up, and Liana says she was talking about creating a flip against Tanner. Sarah doesn't have much to say but subtly agrees to it. Ivy says she's still very unsure because Tanner has put a lot of trust in her lately. Adriana and Tanner chat in the meantime. Adriana is doing damage control because she knows now that her alliance is skeptical of her paranoia. She apologizes to Tanner if she ever came off crazy, but Tanner lets her know they are still good with each other. Adriana smiles and says as of now, she trusts him and Ivy the most, followed by Caden in fourth, and then Sarah is a solid fifth number. Tanner isn't a fan of Sarah and thinks she's trying to play both sides. Adriana says she doesn't care if Sarah is doing that because that's still a valuable number in their corner. They are much better off voting out Eric and Liana before Sarah. It's day 12, and it's time for the immunity challenge. Hoop High finds out that Jared was last voted off of Who Who. Nobody is that shocked for the most part. Justin asks Caden why nobody seems that surprised on Hoop High, and Caden replies by saying how weak of a member Jared is. Either he got out unanimously or he somehow got rocked out of the game because a 4-4 split was also possible. Justin then proceeds by reminding everyone that Jared technically isn't out yet since Romero will have to make a big decision. Justin calls for Jared to come in, and Jared walks towards him. Jared stands next to Justin and faces everyone else, so Justin then asks Romero to tell everyone what his decision is. Will he keep Jared? Or will he eliminate Jared for good? Romero starts off by saying he hopes the two of them stop their neighborly beef. Jared cuts him off and says he should stop being an annoying neighbor, and then the two of them will be on better terms. Romero smirks and shakes his head, immediately saying he has decided to eliminate Jared. Jared doesn't care that much and walks off after Justin confirms he is out for good. Nobody waves goodbye to him. Jared's final thoughts. Jared isn't that much of a fan of Survivor. It's too heavy on strategy and he doesn't think in that manner. He tried to be a team player but his original teammates betrayed him. He hopes each of them get out, especially his rival Romero. Since Romero can't be saved by the redemption twist, he hopes he gets out before the twist expires so he is automatically eliminated. Back to the immunity challenge, Justin starts explaining the rules. In this, both tribes will pick one member to be caged. The others will start the challenge one by one, filling a bird cage each and then returning to their mat. Once everyone has gone, one member will then go to the bowl ahead and find a key for the cage. Once retrieved, they must head over to the caged member and free them. The caged member must head over to the fire pit and start a fire. The first tribe with a lit fire will win immunity, safe from the vote. The person caged for Huhu is Mark, and caged for Hupai is Ivy. It's the two rivals at it yet again. The challenge begins with Allison and Tanner heading up first for the bird feeders. They both fill theirs up and then run back to their mats. Sarah and BJ are up next for their tribes, and both of them fill their feeders. They head back to their mats and then Caden and Karen start heading up for their tribes. They also fill up their feeders with no problem, so they both head back to their mats. Anna and Adriana go up as the fourth members for their tribes. Both of them fill their bird feeders, but Anna suddenly gets attacked by birds, delaying her tribe's progress. Liana quickly goes next for Hupai while Anna is not on her mat yet. However, Anna quickly makes it and then Romero starts heading up for Huhu. While he walks, Liana fills her bird feeder and then makes her way back. Romero is right behind her, trying his best to catch up. Eric is next for Hupai and a few seconds after, Boo Boo is up for Huhu. Eric fills up his bird feeder and Boo Boo fills his a bit after him. Eric arrives to the mat first, so Tanner then goes up for his tribe to the bowl. Allison is right on his tail as she also then heads up for her tribe. Tanner gets the key for Hupai and Allison is still right behind him. Both Tanner and Allison make their way to the cages, and then Tanner unlocks the gate for Ivy. However, Ivy's skirt gets stuck on the gate and she screams as she tries to pull it off. Allison unlocks Mark from the cage so he starts making his way out. Ivy breaks free before Mark can open his gate fully, and she's still leading for Hupai slightly. Ivy starts working on her fire and Mark is right behind, making this a nail-biting challenge. Ivy quickly starts the fire, meaning Hupai wins immunity, sending Huhu back to tribal council. Justin lets them know that one of them will become the 7th person voted out of Survivor Rivals. He tells both tribes to head back to camp. At Rival Redemption, Jaya realizes that hours have gone by, and there's still no sign of Jared. She assumes Romero eliminated him for good, making that one less person she has to worry about once her redemption challenge comes around. Ideally, nobody else joins her, meaning she would automatically return. At Huhu, Boo Boo and Karen quickly fill in each other that BJ is the vote. Karen says she's finally ready to get rid of him after he voted out her best friend Malum on day 4. Mark and Romero talk with Allison, letting her know the vote will be unanimous for BJ tonight. Allison says she understands and will go through with it since she feels like she's also on the chopping block. She starts to talk about how he has been isolated recently, refusing to talk game with anyone. It's fairly annoying since he's essentially deadweight at this point. Mark says it's a sign that he doesn't want to play the game anymore. Boo Boo and Anna talk about the vote tonight, and Anna confirms she wants BJ gone because he's probably going to try voting her out tonight. They are rivals after all. Boo Boo reassures her that everyone will be voting for him tonight. His only concern is that BJ might be a little too comfortable, therefore he might have an idol. Anna begins to fear he's trying to idle her out with his sole vote, so she's starting to wonder if Allison should get a few votes. Boo Boo isn't opposed to it, but he also warns her that by doing that, they lose trust with Allison. Later on, Bertha the hen tries to catch Romero's attention, so he pets her. He talks to himself, stating that he's weirdly not that worried about tribal lines anymore. It's almost too weird that everyone jumped onto the BJ plan so quickly. Romero talks to Mark before tribal council and asks him if he feels good about voting BJ still. Mark wonders why Romero is asking, so Romero says something doesn't feel right. Everyone jumped onto this plan super quick, so it's just strange to him. Mark doesn't see anything wrong and says that it's only simple and quick because BJ never talked to anyone ever since the Jared vote. Romero sighs and says he'll try not to go rogue tonight at Tribal Council. It's night 12, and it's time for Tribal Council. All 7 members sit down and Justin starts the discussion. He asks Boo Boo how the tribe is feeling right now after another loss, and Boo Boo says nobody felt that bad about it. He says that everyone for the most part knows what the plan is tonight. Justin asks Romero if he's potentially worried that he's the target tonight after getting 2 votes last time, but Romero says he's probably not. He's obviously a bit alarmed by the 1 extra vote cast on him, especially because nobody came up to him and admit their vote. Anna jumps in and says they know Allison didn't do it because she confirmed she voted for BJ. BJ raises an eyebrow, so Justin asks him why he seemed surprised. BJ says he assumed the others had a split vote already in place between him and Jared. Anna shakes her head and tells him that he had isolated himself so much that he doesn't even know what's going on at camp. BJ says he has been feeling worse ever since the swap. This game is very mental-based, and he feels like he's not in the right headspace anymore. Everyone looks at him momentarily and look back at Justin. Justin then tells everyone it's time to get to the vote.
I'll tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and they want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote, Anna. BJ. BJ. 2 votes BJ, 1 vote Anna. BJ. 3 votes BJ. 7th person voted out of Survivor Rivals. BJ.
BJ doesn't have much of a reaction to his elimination and gets up to grab his torch. Karen smiles meanwhile after getting some sort of revenge for Malum. BJ puts his torch down and watches Justin snuff it. He heads out without any final words for his tribe. Justin tells the rest they can now head back to camp, so they make their way out. BJ walks up to the rival redemption information sign and reads that he still has a chance to return to the game. Tomorrow, Anna, his rival, will decide whether he stays for a second chance at the game, or if he goes home for good. BJ then makes his way to rival redemption camp. Next time on Survivor Rivals. With Anna's rival now gone, she remains very close to Karen and Boo Boo, with their common target right now being Allison. On Hupai, things get messy as Liana reveals to the opposing alliance that Ivy is trying to flip the vote on Tanner. However, once Ivy finds this out, she starts a heated argument with Liana. Plus, with BJ technically still in this game, will Anna decide to keep him or eliminate him? Find out next episode on Thursday. BJ arrives at Rival Redemption Camp and meets up with Jaya. They hug and ask each other how they are doing. BJ tells her he's very depleted and barely has any energy left in his tank. Jaya asks him if he thinks Anna will keep him around, but BJ says he hopes she doesn't because he doesn't want to be around her anymore. It's too much stress for him. Jaya tells him to keep his energy up because she doesn't want to see him quit like this.